Hello everybody, Frankie Day here for Frankie Day Models. Okay fellas, long time no see. Been a busy beaver, busy man around this house preparing everything for summer coming up, guys, and taking care of the missus as well. And other things will rise around the house. I gotta get back in order to take care of things before I resume back on the modeling bench. I have been on the bench for a while, but I have resumed back in my buildings, and I gotta keep my mojo going. Okay, topic for today's video is a card model. Its scale is 1/33 scale. This is the Bristol F2-B Bristol Fighter or Brisfit. This aircraft more or less flown from the 3rd Air Regiment Polish Air Services, July, August of 1920. And so a lot of these aircraft are given to Polish squadrons, and they use them as training aircraft. And I was kind of amazed they still use these Brisfits even back post World War I. There's many others they use too as well, like the DH, the mailplane, the Boeing mailplane they had and everything, and the DH-4. What they had for it uses a mailplane, and a host of others too as well that were post World War I aircraft that were still used in the military service at that time. But like everything else, progress prevails, and it's time for them to be stricken from the air ministries. Okay, I've been on this kit now for about 2.5 weeks working on it. It's a big airplane. It's very difficult to build. And this is a Marek kit, I believe. Marek is M-A-R-E-K. He's a Polish designer. And this is the aircraft that I was building. As you can see right here. This is a card kit. It's a download that I got on a website. Put it all on a CD, took it down to the Office Max, they blew me up maybe a kit out of this. So this is how she is right here. And behind me is the build. And I should have her done by the end of this week. I go for Friday. The Brisfit will be done. And I'll start on something else. And I was thinking about venturing on one of these right here. This possibly could be the next candidate, the next build. Another card model. The Fairy Swordfish. Has beautiful printings in it and everything. General idea, guys, is to transform this booklet form piece of paper into a model, and just like the one behind me. So I'll probably be starting on that. I can't promise anything though, but it's been calling on me, and I've got a lot of plastic calling on me. I got to get hold of my George, get that thing going. So what I'm going to do on that, I'm going to do some pre-shading on it tonight, and go ahead and follow up the colors using this orange on here as the first prototype colors scheme that they used at the time. Earlier markings when I went to Japanese, Imperial Japanese Naval green color with white undersides or aluminum. Okay, I got some stills behind me, a shot of this thing. As a history to the Bristol Fighter, it was more or less used as a reconnaissance bomber. I mean, the Bristol Fighter is a very big, handsome looking airplane. It's big. It's almost about the size as the Douglas World Cruiser. Probably has a wingspan about 50 feet. And it's a big airplane. And they were used as aerial reconnaissance and also for bombing. And of course, in 1920, when they were released to the Polish squadrons, they're used more or less as training aircraft. And eventually they were stricken for the air ministry, and they come in the hands of museums or collectors. Okay, We're going to venture behind with the camera. If the camera's friendly, like it always is, I know I'm always friendly. We're going to zoom in, fellas, take a look at this this Brisfit right here. Get this thing adjusted right here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, this is still number 1. I still got some fine tuning doing this thing. Did a little more burnishing on this thing. This thing's all paper. Right here to send my stitching, I used thread. This ain't regular thread that you find in the spool thread. This is more or less, I got this at the Hobby Lobby. You got a host of beautiful looking upholstery thread. That's what I use this for. It comes with a big old spool. And it comes more or less in this fashion right here. This kind of a roll right here. This kind of a thread. Bulk, excellent for ship modeling. I use this for my ship models. But to simulate the rigging and the stitching of the fabric on the lingeries of this here aircraft, I use it to simulate the stitching. It gives it more 3D than what's printed on there. Okay, we'll go next still. And we got the quarter view there, and I got some pastels I'm gonna put on this thing. I gotta tone down this the printing on this thing a little bit. I got pretty much like the way I like it now. I'm gonna put some pastels on this thing. I gotta work some more on it. Once I get it just right, I'll sail it with some acrylic matte, and that will sail it. And it works the same thing as using oils. But remember, this is paper, so I can't use anything that has mineral spirits or water in it. It's got to be pastels or your airbrush. And we'll go next slide here. Same view on the starboard side. You can see how the wing ribs pop out. Like I showed you guys on my other card model videos, to simulate these ribs, first of all, you got to put the printed side down with the white side of this up. Then take your wings and stick it up to a lamp or your light source. You can see the printing bleed right through the paper. And carefully with a pencil, just make your tick marks for your ribs on trailing edge, leading edge. It's all done with a straight edge rule, metal rule, with an ink pen. Score your lines on it like that, and these ribs will pop up. That's how you get your homemade ribs. These pop up pretty well in this. There's another view right there. She's a beautiful airplane. I got an exhaust to put on this thing. I got the Lewis guns I got to put back there where the observer's at. Windscreen's gonna be on there. I gotta put a few guns on here. The air screw, the prop has to go on. Control horns have to go on. Of course, the rigging will go on. I'll use fine wire for that. Oh, I got a better idea. I got a sewing needle. I'll sew it on there. And using monofilament. Make it look nice when I get down, fellas. So I'm going to put this thing away, let it dry a little bit, and hop on that Bondi Scheiden George. Scheiden Kai. This is front view right there. I'm still doing some tuning up on the wings. Paper models got to be very careful with the wings. Make sure you can build no warps in them. You got to have spars in there on the trailing edge, the center section of the wings, everything. Make it pop up real nice. And this is a close-up view right there. You see how it threads on there, guys? Needs a little more 3D than printing on there. I still got a lot more burnishing to do with this thing. To smooth this thing out and give it a good blast of acrylic flat. saying is, see how the ribs pop up? See what I'm saying? Use a little 3D, guys. Turn paper into models, into plastic. Easy. You really want to turn paper into plastic, submerge these parts with crazy glue, ACC glue. It'd be thin, it'd be like flash. It represents almost like flash off a kit. Very strong flash that won't break, snap. There's another view of it right there, fellas. I'm still doing some tune-up on it. There's Smiling Jack right there. And I'm a happy man. Got my baby girl home. And I'm starting to get my mojo back together again. And that'll be it. Okay. Take the camera and we'll bring it back to yours truly here. Okay, guys. I've been watching a lot of fellas' videos out there. You guys do some very marvelous, beautiful, I mean, awesome, really beautiful work out there. I mean, the skills nowadays in modeling is really far surpassed compared to guys like me that we're first started building these things. And I see a lot of beautiful work out there. A lot of fellas doing out there. You guys keep up the good work. You guys do a good job. And I'd like to thank all my viewers and all my great buddies and friends out there. I care very much. And thank you very much for your wonderful, wonderful comments on my returning my missus back to the house. And everything's fine. The day household is smooth sailing. No squalls coming up. No tsunamis. Smooth. Milk pond. No icebergs. Everything is smooth. And that's how I want it. And I can smooth the way in my models, get my models underway. I got a lot of stuff coming your way, fellas. I just kind of take care of things around the house, take care of my wife. I had to give her some special extra care all the time, more than I have before. So it kind of takes me time away from the bench, but I still reserve time to come back and do my building and come back and be with all my wonderful friends who I care for very much out there. As new stuff, the whole Frankie Day is I bought one thing. I bought it, let me show it to you guys. I should have prepared for this before I made this video underway, but give me about a flash of a pan, and I'll be back with something special I'll show you. Hey, Lord. I'm back, crew. I'm back. As I went to Smithy's yesterday to get some building supplies, he said, Frank, got some new old Rebel stuff come in. Oh, really? Yeah. So he showed me this one. I bought this. This is the old 1954 release of new boxing. This is the USS Forrestal. This is 1954. This is the first of the super carriers. This was a predecessor. This was the successor to the Midway class. And she led way to the USS Enterprise, and the Enterprise all the way to the Nimitz class, and the rest follow after that class. This is the USS Forrestal, also dubbed as the USS Forcepire. I was on this ship about 3 times. We were stationed in Civic Bay. She was over there taking on some JP5 and ready to go up for Westpac for another tour. And I was on the USS Severn AO 146, which was an oil tanker, and we replenished this ship. Underway special sea and anchor detail and underway replenishment detail, replenishment detail. About 2 weeks after we replenished this ship with black oil and JP5, Natural disaster struck when this thing caught fire. I believe this thing started from a paint locker, from a flare. They had a seaman first class. It was probably sent down below for compartment cleaning. And the Navy, Army, Air Force, and Marines, no matter what branch of service you go into, there's always things called ship details. These consist of mess cooking or compartment cleaning. If you screw up, your division petty officer says, "Hey, I'm gonna send this shit bird to the galley. He can stay there for a while. He can go to the scullery, or he can cook until he has to get him out of here." And that's where they generally go. And you get a guy that they don't want no on deck. He's useless on deck, so they send him down below as a compartment cleaner. Compartments. Well, the seaman was down there in the compartment, toying around. I guess he was kind of cleaning things. Also, he set up a flare. And everything just got out of hand. The rest is history. So that was very, very tragic. And the forestall was really there was a lot of damage to it. Yeah, you sent back to Whidbey Island for repairs and everything. And poor ship was dubbed as the forest fire. And I built this ship years ago. Good grief, probably I'd say around 1957. I know the kit was very expensive back then. I had to do a lot of allowance money to save my allowance money to get one of these. I think the model cost about $4 back then. It was $3.98, and it came with a pre-colored flight deck. I remember it was like a tarmac color. And I look at this hull here, and this kit is very much the same as the one I built more than 60 years ago. And except the deck ain't pre-colored to tarmac color. Everything else is regular Revell. It's a good sized kit. It's pretty good size. It's big. I may venture on that. You don't know what I'll do, but right now I gotta get on that Shanghai Scheiden George, and I get that thing pre-shaded, and then I'll let my Brisfit dry for a day or two. Then I'm gonna start getting the exhaust done on it and get the remainder parts put on it. And lastly, I'll put the air screw on it, do the rigging, and she's ready for the final reveal. And since we got summer coming up around the corner, weather's getting very nice out here in Ohio. In spite of getting a lot of rain, we had a couple of tornadoes here. We had the other couple days ago. I think it's Sunday night. No, it's Monday night. Came home from work, flashing, warm air. It went about 40 miles away from my house when it struck. It really did some damage. It's one thing bad about Ohio, and especially in Oklahoma where Freddie lives at. Oh, that's Tornado Alley out there. All those flatlands out there in Oklahoma. Man, you got a tornado touch that out there, there's not telling how much damage those things can do. There are monster winds, buddy, those tornadoes, and they can really ruin your day. Anybody's day. And your life. Okay, that's about what's shaking the day household, and in the next video I should have this by Friday. Be the final reveal for the card model Mark 133 scale F2-B Brisfit, and I'll hop on the George to get that going tonight, and probably pull something else out of the closet and start working on that too, and make some videos. And then some builds. A lot more coming your way. Okay, fellas, make mama happy. Take care of yourselves, take care of your babies. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. Build a model. Enjoy this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather coming up this year. And build strong, and build models with a smile, and build all the time. And enjoy yourselves, because life is short, and life can be very enjoyable if you just enjoy it. And the first joy is building these things. Makes me happy. Frankie Day out of here, signing off. We'll catch you Friday for the final reveal for the F2-B Brisfit. See you, fellas. God bless you, boys. I love you guys. You guys take care, man.